What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We got Millennium White Forest. So, yeah, actually pretty fire. You know, I had to run the spooky dogwood in this bad boy because it does crazy things. I had to play the toy box engine. It's just too good not to, and I had room in here. The deck's still only a 40 card engine with 3 engines in it, which is kind of crazy, with room for hand traps. But that's why I kind of like White Forest, and you could run so many different engines and still have room for hand traps or whatever you need in the deck. But I think I was going against Voiceless Voice here. Yeah, you know, I had to get that card off the field because that's when their ritual monster gets their effect whenever that little lady in the red dress is on the field. Is that Little Red Riding Hood, actually? But he's doing his shenanigans, and I knew I couldn't stop much more, so I go ahead and send Spooky Dogwood and get 4,000 life points, then remove his ritual. He goes into that. I go into Sylvie and flip it face down. He gets his ritual back, but since Red Riding Hood isn't on the field, it can't negate anything. Would you, whatever you call it, Sangan? Look at this. Look at this. Honestly, I'm just exploring what the deck could do in this duel. Ooh, and it can do so much. We got so many options. Basically, you got, so the way I like to use the deck is like the Millennium stuff is what I start out with if it's in hand, just to bait out like an Ash or something. And then I'll go into, if I have it, I go into my toy box stuff. Again, bait out an Ash or anything. And then I'd go in with my LZ or Esteller to continue my plays, and hopefully by then all the hand traps are gone and I can go full combo White Forest with my extenders however I need to. Yeah, I drew into another Dogwood, so more life points. Dogwood is insane. I know I speak highly about this card like every single video, but sorry, it puts in work. And yeah, there's just way too much going on this field. All right, for this next duel, we're going against a Cashier deck, I believe. I don't know if it was Cashier or if there was a Cashier engine in it, but I know for sure it was a lot of Cashier cards. So I just go ahead and set up my field as basic as possible. I didn't use the temple because there was no monster in hand that I really wanted to set on the field instead of using their effect. So I go straight into my White Forest stuff, unfortunately. But I was lucky enough for him not to have any hand traps, and I was able to set up a pretty decent field. And yeah, I just ended with basically 4 interrupts, I guess. But he had Lava Golem. Oh, been seeing a lot more of Lava Golem lately. So from here, I go into Psychic and Punisher. If you don't know what Psychic and Punisher does, he gains the attack power of the difference between our life points, like the opponent and your life points. Psychic and Punisher should be what Exodia is. I'm saying it now. Cannot be targeted or unaffected by all card effects. That shit's crazy. Oh yeah, by the way, shout out Sylvie. Sylvie is insane. Or Sylvia, that's the name. Sylvia is insane. Flipping all your opponent's monsters face down. Oh god. But it works really well. Psychic and Punisher works extremely well in this deck. So yeah, think about playing that. Especially since you can go into your Floor or Bluer through other means. I said that wrong, but oh well. All right, so we are going against like the Method mech deck or whatever. I think it's the Firewall Dragon. It just does a ton of link summoning, a ton of special summoning, and you see Dogwood goes. It feels so good to use Dogwood against this deck. There's so many times I've seen this deck and I'm like, oh, I got Dogwood in hand. This is gonna suck for him. Dogwood is good against a ton of decks. Every deck except for Ubel. Ubel just kind of is a waste, to be honest, because all their monsters are 0 attack power. He's going into the combo. He finally finishes, and at this point I know that I'm not gonna get OTK'd, so yeah, that's why I didn't just basically quit. That Firewall Dragon's gonna send that oh yeah, I got Ash. He's gonna send his fusion monster, I think. Or did he go for the synchro? We'll see in a minute. Okay, so he already sent the fusion monster, then he sends the synchro. Yeah, that was actually annoying. So I think I ended up having to end my turn here. Again, I got 17,000 life points, so very unlikely that I'm about to get OTK'd. It's just Spooky Dogwood just gives you another turn, basically. Or, I mean, if they can't muster up enough monsters to do a decent enough damage, you might get another 2 turns. All right, so finally I've ran through all of his stuff and I can actually play the game now. So I go into the White Forest combos. Baron de Fleur should be coming out soon at some point, I think. Yeah, there he is. I try and get him out so I don't get Nibiru. Of course, at this moment, it was way too late for that, but usually. We'll go into Lulu. I should have summoned Lulu first so I could have got the 500 attack power. And I kept using effects on his synchro, even though I know it's unaffected, just for the hell of it, to be honest. But who has Lava Golem plus Kaiju in their deck? I've been seeing so much Lava Golem. It's annoying. Like, I'm about to start running this card more because it's actually annoying. Unfortunately, my deck needs its normal summon, so yeah. Otherwise, it would be in there. I don't think Kaiju uses the normal summon though. But yeah, so he's not negating much of anything, and I'm able to basically just do whatever I want at this point. So the game starts going in my favor. If Spooky Dogwood wasn't in the deck, I would have been dead a long time ago. I think he had something, was it? Nope, not Regeki. Forgetting the name of this card right now, but it's annoying. And yeah, Little Knight saves me. I attack for game and win. And now I get the toy box stuff. Okay. My turns would have been even more crazy if I got that earlier, but GG, buddy. Game 4. All right, so we're going against branded Bestials, I think. Basically, I open up with the regular standard stuff that I told you I usually open up with. And he has the Bestials that are quite annoying, but you know, we're able to do our thing to play around them with this deck. If you made it this far in the video, you might as well go ahead and subscribe and like and comment. I know I made a lot of misplays, so might as well point those out in the comments. Make yourself look really good real quick. I would greatly appreciate that. Point out all my flaws. We're here. I'm listening. I know I got a ton of them. But anyway, back to the duel. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and try to set up a pretty decent board. It's crazy because you set up a board and you think you got it like nailed down, and then they just play around it so easy. But we'll go for, I think I went for a Psychic and Punisher on his turn as soon as he activated something. Yeah, right there. Psychic and Punisher. This little level 3 tuner synchro is actually pretty good in this deck. I took out Formula Synchron because with the Temple stuff, I'm able to go into the floor without using Formula Synchron. So that opened up the door for Psychic and Punisher, which is good because whenever you use your Millennium cards, you have less life points. All right, so you can skip this duel if you want to. You don't even get to see what he's playing because he has so many hand traps. And I just wanted to show you how this deck performs when it's getting hand trapped into oblivion. I know that I've been getting hand trapped in the previous games also, but this guy had hand traps out his freaking booty. I don't want to cuss, so freaking booty. And I'm just like, why are you doing this to me? But this is gonna be actually a very quick one, and then we're gonna get into the deck profile, and that will be all. So as I end my turn, he's got 8 cards in hand. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. But I still got options too, baby. I still got options too. Psychic and Punisher. And he just scoops. Hand traps. This deck can play through hand traps like a mug. All right, so basically I've talked about the deck as much as possible. But here's the ratios of cards that I use, and it's a 40 card deck. Look at this. I got 3 engines in here, 40 card deck, which is insane. But technically you don't need dogwood. I mean, the deck still functions without it, but it definitely helps out a lot. I would change it out with something like a Drooling Lockbird or Evenly Match if you don't want to run Spooky Dogwood, because I understand it's 3 URs that you don't necessarily want to spend just for this deck, even though I be running it in a lot of different decks, but I know a lot of people don't like this card, so yeah. And Forbidden Droplet, it's good, but sometimes I just don't have the monsters to, or cards period, to send to the graveyard to use it, and it puts me in a tight spot where I can't do anything anyway, so that could also be sided out. Ash Blossom, amazing, hitting the Mucharmies, the Maxis, and anything else that just basically gets on your nerves. If you have the, I would put in a cross out also. That's really awesome. I didn't actually have a spot for it at the moment. And Call by the Grave, also another awesome card, because yeah, you don't want the Ashes, the Mucharmies, the Maxis just interrupting your turn and basically ending it for you. So I just wanted to talk about that much of the deck, because basically everything else I've already went over. Like I said, number 41 Utopia, it comes up basically whenever you get hand trapped. Then you go into number 41 to stall until you get to something. So yeah, that's basically it though. The deck list will be in the comments below, or in the description below actually, and that's all I got for y'all. Please like and subscribe. I'm almost at 200 subs, so go ahead and make it 200 for me, and I would greatly appreciate it. I will see y'all later.